Hey there guys, I'm TheRoyalGorilla and today I'll be bringing you my complete guide to the new Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies map, Buried. Buried was released as part of the Vengeance map pack on the 2nd of July and continues the story of Misty, Moulton, Russman and Stuhlinger. The map takes place after the world has been destroyed by the original Zombies crew and follows straight on from Die Rise. After the characters are left exploring a devastated planet, they make their way to an abandoned mining town and a place called The Core, which is a giant fiery crevice in the earth. However, the town has been sunken into the earth due to seismic activity, leaving only mining machinery above ground. When you first start the game, you are spawned above ground inside a mining facility. You can then make your way into the underground areas below. You will first find a series of mine shafts which give you access to the main areas where you can find a barn, a jail, the upstairs area of the building next to the jail, a bank, a general store, a gunsmith, a saloon, a courthouse, a sweet shop, a church, a mansion, a maze, and finally a gazebo. Buried has a total of 7 perks. These perks are Quick Revive, which can be found as soon as you enter the underground area for 500 or 1500 points. Juggernog, which can be found in the alley beside the jail for 2500 points. Speed Cola, which can be found in the courthouse for 3000 points. Mule Kick, which can be found in the gunsmith for 4000 points. Double Tap inside the mansion for 2000 points. Stamina Up in the gazebo for 2000 points. And the new perk Vulture Aid, which can be found in the church for 3000 points. The new perk Vulture Aid has 4 main effects. These are allowing the player to see perks, wall weapons, places to draw chalk wall buys, and the mystery box through walls over a short distance. It will also make zombies occasionally drop small packets of ammo or points. Certain zombies will release a cloud of green gas upon death, which will cause players standing inside it to be ignored by other zombies. And finally, zombies' eyes, perk machines and the mystery box and pack-a-punch are all brighter glowing, so you can see them more easily. In Buried, there are a total of 8 preset wall weapons and a further 6 which can be placed by the player. Before we go into detail with these weapons, I'll just do a quick run through of all the weapons available in the mystery box. As always, the mystery box costs 950 points, and the weapons inside are the 5.7, the 5.7 dual wield, the MTAR, the Galil, the Hammer, the M1216, the SMR, the KAP-40, the Executioner, the Remington New Model Army, the War Machine, the S12, the Ballistic Knife, the Barrett M82A1, the DSR-50, the FAL, the RPG, the Ray Gun Mark II, the Paralyzer, the Monkey Bombs, and the new Time Bomb. Now returning to the wall weapons, around the map you'll be able to find the M14 for 500 points in the spawn area, the Olympia for 500 points in the spawn area, the LSAT for 2000 points also in the spawn area, the B-23R for 1000 points outside the gunsmith, the MP5 for 1000 points outside the mansion, the M16A1 for 1200 points outside the saloon, the Bowie knife for 3000 points inside the saloon, and the Claymores inside the sweet shop for 1000 points. In addition to these preset weapons, there are also a number of chalk outlines which can be placed in custom locations. When this is done, the player can permanently purchase that weapon from that location, and will also receive a bonus of 1000 points for each weapon placed, and twice as much for the final weapon. As I just showed, the Remington 870 MCS can be found as soon as you enter the mines and placed straight on the wall beside it. But the other wall weapons can all be found inside the gunsmith. These include the AN-94, the SVU-AS, the Galvanuckles, the AK-74U, and the PDW-57. There are 6 locations scattered around the map for these weapons. I've already shown the first one in the mine, but the others can be found outside the jail, at the top of the stairs beside the jail, on the top balcony of the saloon, on the top floor of the courthouse, and on the top floor of the church. In Buried, there are 4 new weapons and one which is making a return from a previous map. Starting with the latter, the LSAT can be purchased off the wall in the spawn area. However, this can be difficult as the floor beneath it will collapse, preventing access to the weapon. Because of this, it can only be acquired once per game. To actually retrieve it, you simply need to be quick. Once you've earned 2,000 points, you can jump to the platform and grab the gun. This can only be done at the very start of the game, as once you get into the town you can no longer get back to this area. The first brand new weapon is the Remington New Model Army, which can be found in the mystery box. This is a western style 6-shooter and is very effective against even high level zombies. Second is the Paralyzer, and this is a new wonder weapon. When fired, it slows zombies before eventually killing them. What really makes this gun a must-have is its use as a jetpack, which allows you, when fired at the floor, to fly over most barricades and walls. Next is the Ray Gun Mark II. This is very similar to the normal ray gun, except it has a 3-shot burst fire and has no splash damage. Last but not least is the Time Bomb. This is a new equipment item. When placed, the bomb is set to exactly how everything in the game is at that precise moment. A good example of how this can be used can be seen here. When I get in trouble, I simply activate the bomb and it returns me straight to the point in the game when I place the bomb. All in all, very useful.
What the hell just happened?
There are a total of 5 buildables and 4 workbenches in Buried. The first workbench can be found upstairs next to the jail. The second can be found in a saloon. The third can be found in the courthouse. And the final workbench can be found in the church. The 5 buildables on the map are the turbine, the trample steam, the subsurface resonator, the head chopper and the nav card table. All the parts for these can be found inside the general store and have fixed locations. However, the nav card table items are found elsewhere. To build the turbine, you will need a mannequin, a fan and a tail fin. To build the trample steam, you will need a set of bellows, a metal grate, a flag and an air compressor. To build the head chopper, you will need a blade, a handle, a gear, and a gear base. The head chopper is the first buildable item that can be thrown and placed on different surfaces. It is activated when anything comes near it, be it zombie or player, and will slice that thing with its blade. This is very useful against zombies but can also be very dangerous to the player. To build the subsurface resonator, you will need a roulette table, a roulette wheel, a motor, and a piece of wood. The subsurface resonator is very similar to the thunder gun with its effects. When powered by a turbine, it will blast out a wave of energy repeatedly, killing zombies and sending others flying through the air. The parts for the nav card table are found in 2 separate locations. These locations are the alley beside the gunsmith and once reached, the lower area of spawn, which is also where the table can be constructed. The plank can be found in the alley. The electrical box can be found in the alley, and also the radio can be found in the alley. The meteorite is the only part that can be found in the lower level of spawn, and as I said before, this is also where the nav card table can be constructed. If you have the transit nav card, it will be accepted at this table. Pardon the pun, but a giant new feature introduced in Buried is the inclusion of a giant NPC character. He doesn't have any official name, but for the sake of this video we will refer to him as Huckleberry. Now, Huckleberry isn't just there for show. He adds a whole new aspect to the gameplay and can be very useful. You first find Huckleberry in the jail locked up, but you can quickly release him using the key next to the door. He will initially be fearful, but if you give him the booze found in the cell, he will man up and break out. He will now patrol the area and be ready for anything you want him to do. Huckleberry has a number of special abilities that I will run through now. Firstly, when given booze, he will charge directly behind himself. This allows you to break a number of barriers around the map, but it is very important to remember that he will only run in the opposite direction to which he is facing. The booze can be found in either the jail or the bar. The booze does respawn each round, but you also have the ability to buy it at the bar for 1,000 points. There are a total of 7 barricades that Huckleberry can smash once given the booze. The first was in the jail, which is done as soon as you release him. The others can be found in the alley beside the jail, behind the stables, in the gunsmith doorway, next to the sweet shop, in the church doorway, and the final one is blocking the gate to the mansion. For all Huckleberry's other abilities, you will need candy from the sweet shop, which just like booze can also be picked up or purchased for 1,000 points. I'll now quickly run through all of Huckleberry's abilities. If you give him candy at any time, he will begin to fight alongside you for a period of time and kill any zombies around you. If you give him candy next to a workbench, he will inspect it before running off, retrieving all the parts at once and building the item straight away. Once you have the subsurface resonator, if you give him candy near it, he will then run off, fetch a turbine and bring it back to power it for you. Giving him candy near any chalk drawing will make him place all of them around the map. However, he will only place the ones that you have access to, so if you haven't unlocked an area, he won't be able to go there. If you want the mystery box in a specific location, simply give him candy near the box location and he will run off and bring the box straight to you. Now, if you don't want to lose the box via a teddy, give him some more candy and he will lock it in place by punching it. Then, if you don't get the weapon you want, he can even respin the box once given candy. Not only can he respin the mystery box, but he can also change drops from the zombies once given candy. Finally, if there is a crawler near when you feed him candy, he will pick it up and stop it from dying. He will do this for as long as you want, which is very useful when doing Easter eggs or just inspecting the map. Once you approach the mansion, you will begin to hear voices whispering. These whispers are coming from the ghost within the house. Once you enter the mansion, you will begin to be attacked by this ghost. She will repeatedly spawn and come after you. If she attacks you, she will take away 2,000 points each time. However, once you make it all the way through the mansion and kill the final ghost, it will drop a free random perk. If you are passing through the house, make sure you have a good weapon, but also you'll be able to learn the spawns of the ghost very quickly as they never change. Another secret perk can be attained in the bar and then the mansion. For this, you will need the ballistic knife. Go to the saloon and you will see a dartboard on the wall. All you have to do is get a bullseye with the ballistic knife standing behind the line on the floor. Once you do this, the piano in the saloon will start to play. Now you will need to quickly make your way through the mansion before the song ends. Once you've made your way through, you then need to enter through the back and make your way to the piano. A ghost will be playing it, and if you tip her, she will give you a perk. As with previous maps, Buried features a bank system and a weapon locker. The weapon locker can be found inside the general store and takes the form of a guns cabinet. The bank is simply within the bank itself and allows the player to withdraw, deposit and exchange points between games and players. As I have previously mentioned, you are able to return to the starting location. There are 2 steps to complete in order to do this. For the first, you will need Huckleberry and booze. There is a fountain outside the mansion and church, and what you need to do is get Huckleberry to charge into it and break it. Once this is done, you will need to head into the maze and find the centre with the fountain. For this step, you will need the ray gun or ray gun Mark II. All you need to do is shoot the fountain and it will shatter. When you look inside, if both steps have been done, there will be a portal, which once jumped into, will return you to the starting location. As always with a zombies map, there are 3 hidden teddy bears to activate a secret song. These teddy bears can be found in the mine as you enter the town, in the sweet shop in a barrel, and in the mansion near Double Tap. I'll leave it to you to find the song for yourself, but I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. A zombies map wouldn't be a zombies map without a detailed story Easter egg, and Buried is no exception. However, as always, I will not be detailing this, but I do recommend that you go and check out NGT Zombies Guide to the full Easter egg if you want to do it for yourself. We're coming to the end of our guide now, and we'll lastly take a look at some effective strategies for achieving high rounds on Buried. There are 3 good spots for rape training, and 2 areas for a different tactic altogether. Starting with the second, you will need a turbine and a subsurface resonator. This strategy will be easier with more players and the inclusion of other buildables like the head chopper. There are 2 good locations for this, which are the church and the alley beside the jail. All you want to do is set up the subsurface resonator facing towards the exit, then simply stand behind it and let it do most of the work. You may still need to kill a few zombies yourself, but this is definitely a handy strategy for early rounds, despite not allowing you to build any points quickly. Next we'll move on to rape train spots. The first is in the main area of town, in front of the jail. This is quite a large area, but zombies can come from all directions, so you will need to keep your wits about you. Similar to this is outside the saloon. This area is a little larger, however the fences around the saloon can sometimes impede the player. Finally, and my favourite spot, is the centre of the maze. I recommend that you have the fountain destroyed, as it will give you a very effective emergency exit. This is a nice area for running circles, but you will sometimes have to watch out for zombies coming straight through the bushes. So that's everything, guys. You've been watching my guide to the new Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies map, Buried. I hope you found it useful and enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave me a like, a comment, and of course subscribe for more content. I've been the Royal Gorilla, over and out.